Rangers, and welcome to Ranger Ruby YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be going over road trip and driving safety inside national parks. Let's go ahead and dive right on in. National parks provide a unique and memorable driving experience for many visitors. Whether you're enjoying the fall foliage in Blue Ridge Mountains National Parkway or taking in the breathtaking scenery of Going to the Sun Road in Glacier National Park, or you're watching the sunrise from Summit Road in Acadia National Park, you should always be aware of your surroundings and drive safely. Driving safely in national parks means more than just driving the speed limit or wearing your seatbelt or following traffic regulations. It means attention to the road. Motor vehicle crashes are the second largest cause of unintentional fatalities in the National Park Service. Unfortunately, one person dies in a motor crash vehicle every week on a National Park Service roadway, and most of the crashes occur during the daytime in the summer months when the parks have the most amount of visitors. So in order to reduce the injuries from motor vehicle crashes, these are some important driving tips that the National Park Service has released. The first one is to stay alert, stay unhurt. Scenic views, wildlife, architectural details, the navigation system, your phone, passengers, all of these are things that can distract you from the road while driving in a national park. Keep your eyes and attention focused on the road at all times. One quick glance at a text message or looking too long at the scenery or a map can cause a crash. And tip number 2 is to take your time. Don't be in a rush to get from point A to point B when visiting a national park. Many of the roads are historic and uniquely designed to enhance your experience of the park. The roadway widths are narrower, the speed limits are slower, and curbs may be steep. And a common design feature you see in national park roads may not be public in national park roads. By taking your time, you'll be able to enjoy the experience, navigate safely, as well as not get into a crash. The next tip is to watch the road for wildlife. The number of motor vehicle crashes in national parks involving wildlife is twice the national average, which means that people are crashing into or causing wrecks because of wildlife way more than normal in national parks, which doesn't make much sense because you know there are more animals there, so you know you should be keeping an eye out for them. So be sure to keep that in mind when driving through national parks. The next tip is pretty obvious if you've ever driven in a car. It's to buckle your seatbelts. Not to mention that wearing a seatbelt is the most effective way to prevent serious injury and death. You are more than 30 times more likely to be ejected from your vehicle during a crash when you are not wearing your seatbelt than if you just put it on. The driver and passengers both need to be wearing a seatbelt at all times because in national parks, it is the law for the entire car to have one. The next one is kind of similar to take your time, but it relates to speeding. Speeding is a factor in many motor vehicle crashes within national parks. According to the CDC, almost 1 in 3 crashes is a result of speeding. So obviously, follow the law, follow the speed limit. And another one is to look twice and share the road. Especially in national parks, there are pedestrians everywhere, from hikers, bicyclists, and motorcyclists. Pedestrians make up almost 15% of the deaths in traffic crashes. And in national parks, when other modes of transportation are very common, this is something that you need to keep a lookout for. And then the final tip for driving safely is let the national parks do it. Some national parks offer alternate methods of transportation such as buses or trolleys that help enhance your experience and alleviate congestion in the roadways and improve safety for all of the users. So if that is an option, I suggest that you take it. And not only do you get like an extra added thing of that you're kind of getting a tour through the national park with the bus, but it's more safe for you and for the environment. Well, everybody, that's the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give this video a huge thumbs up and comment down below with your thoughts. I'd love to hear from you. Also, be sure to click that red subscribe button and the little bell next to it to always know when I post new videos. Thank you so much for watching again, and I shall see you next video. Bye!